working. This is working. My brain is not. I think as it should be. Oh man, Kyo is here already. That's instant transmission. Yeah, I'm trying to get. I've been saying the same all month, but I'm just trying to get into a better sleep pattern. So yeah, I was planning for an early morning stream today, but it's already 5 p.m. for me. So that's how things go. Oh man, words, can't do words today. Well, at least I can keep you company while you work for longer. Slam today. Probably won't talk much. That's fine. I'll do the talking. I'll probably get some music going. This feels awfully quiet without it. How does it go for you today? Well, I've been having a few ups and downs today. I didn't sleep much, so it was a struggle to wake up in the morning. But then I started feeling good, and I managed to get some things done that I needed to do. And by the time I was ready to sit down and draw, it was still pretty early, so I was feeling good about it. But I have some construction work next to my house, like literally on the next wall. So there was people just slamming the wall with hammers and being really annoying, and that really put me in a bad mood. It's probably a combination because I'm tired and stressed, and someone slamming a wall doesn't help. But yeah, now I feel like I'm already tired and I still have to do my drawing session for the day, plus extra work I need to do. But today I'm gonna try to do a bit different. I'm still gonna be doing figure drawing and referencing some models, but I'm gonna try and zombify a little bit these characters and turn them into actual characters doing something rather than just mindlessly copying the poses. So let's see how that goes. How's your apartment hunting mission? Having some dropped frames, and I don't know if it's on YouTube or Twitch. YouTube seems to be fine. Probably Twitch. I should adjust the bitrate. I think it's a bit too high for Twitch. No rush. No rush. Yeah, they've been going for a while. But I hope they'll be done soon. Your apartment search awful still. I see. Well, I guess we gotta be patient. There's always that one thing that ruins it. Yeah, I get the feeling. You need you need the stars to align. And one today as well. Oh man, you keep yourself busy. Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, at the end of the day, you also don't want to rush out because if you end up in a place worse than where you are, then you're gonna have to do it all over again. So get that. think I'm gonna hunt some music, because I was in the mood for silence today, but not really. Mute this so I can listen to things without sharing everything. Okay, we got something. Let's see. I haven't finished a video I started 3 weeks ago, nor have I had much time to draw because this apartment search is completely occupying my mind. Someone make this end, please. Oh man, I feel you. That really sucks. Yeah, I think just like the best thing to do in these cases is to just totally go with it, I think. Just like you're gonna have to search the apartment anyway, so it's kind of, yeah, like don't torture yourself about working on your projects or anything. Just try and get a little bit of time for, even if it's just sketching or music or anything you just do for fun, purely for fun, and just focus all your executive decision into solving the issue. At least that's what usually works for me, you know? When I had to make a trip or move to a new place or all that stuff that it's expedient, like you have to do it because there is a clock ticking and you need to get it done. I would just completely set my things aside. Because yeah, I've tried, you know, I'm gonna do it anyway no matter the circumstances, but when it's too much, it just, doing the thing I want to do brings more stress into my life than actually just letting it go. Because you know it's not gonna be forever, it just, this is one of those situations that it's gonna get better. It's not just regular life getting in the way. Yeah, the thing that gets me is the back and forth, calling, emailing, corresponding with people all the time, waiting and waiting, and then the day ends. Yeah, it's what we talked before, the waiting mode. You do your input, you do your part, and then, yeah, there might be a follow-up immediately, or it might be next day, or it might be in 2 days, and you just stand up in that freaking waiting mode. Because of course you want to do as much as you can to solve it, but some days there is only, you know, there is just the amount of things you can do that day, and that's that. Like, no matter how much effort you put into it or how much you try or how many hours, how many extra hours you add, it's not on your hand anymore. So I totally get that. And it's funny how we manage to, at least in my case, like in your particular case right now, it's like I said, it's something expedient. It needs to be done because it's not up to you and you need a place to live, so that needs to get done. But I can see myself getting into that same mode just out of things that I do because I quote unquote want to. You know, I'm starting to feel a little bit like that about all these Kimo challenge and posting stuff online and streaming and all those things. I feel like I'm at this point, at least today, I'm just doing this because I said I would do it for the entire month and that's it. Instead of just doing this because I feel like doing it today. And it just becomes this thing that I have to do, and if I postpone it, I'm going to be thinking about it and it's going to be stressing me out, and I need to just get it out of the system. And it's really stupid to do that with things that we choose, you know. Again, in your case, it's totally justified. It's the only thing you can do because your livelihood depends on it, in a way. But yeah, I get the waiting mode. That's really awful. Any reason you're not doing your own projects and just sharing progress as your Kimo for the day? Yeah, that's a good point. Well, the project I'm working at the moment has some figures, but most of the work that I want to do on it, it's gonna contain some figures, but it doesn't really revolve about figures. It's more like about storytelling and composition and framing things and the particular technique I want to do. So there is a lot of thinking and writing involved, not so much drawing figures. And even if it contains figures, yeah, like I could totally just share the same image multiple times and just be showing progress. But how do I put it? Like, well, you understand this. I have this idea in my mind that just for this particular project, I don't really have an issue sharing things more than the practical side of actually, you know, saving an image and posting it on social media and opening on and all that. Like that's an issue for me, but I don't really have an issue sharing my work. I don't feel like it's this sacred thing that I don't want anyone to see. But with this particular project I'm working on, I don't really want to share much. I'm happy to share it on Discord with the rest of the people of the workshop, but I don't really want to share much because I don't want to see any reactions from anyone. I don't want to get any feedback in the sense of positive or negative or ideas or anything. I don't want to get any reaction from anyone because I want everything in the project, every decision made by me. I hate the sharing part though, even though I want to. Yeah, I get that. Like I enjoy the sharing part with people that care about it, but yeah, I hate the practicality of actually having to go and sharing it and getting it in front of people that understand what's going on. But yeah, I think you understand the not sharing things in the sense of, for this particular project, because I've never done it, I don't want to get influenced, because if I post a particular image from the project and for whatever reason a lot of people or people that I appreciate or people I respect like it and they give me their opinion, I'm going to be biased and I'm going to be leaning into that direction. Or on the other hand, if I share an image that I personally really like and it doesn't get much attention or even gets negative critiques or whatever, I might be biased to maybe not lean so much into that, or I'm gonna have to put effort into fighting that and be like, okay, thick skin, do your thing. So I'd rather just keep that project for myself and make sure that the entire project is just my creation, just my opinion, just my thing. And yeah, I know that's not the, at a practical level, not the smartest thing to do, because ideally you don't want to create in a vacuum, but in this case I do want to create in a vacuum, because yeah, I wanna know what's my opinion on things. I want to know what really is the things that I value, what really is the things that I like about art. So I want to be free to explore all that, so I don't want to attach anything to any of that to any project or any social media. Once I'm done with the project, I'm happy to just share it and share sketches and try to put it into someone's faces and even, yeah, like I'm happy to just do all the quote unquote marketing I can about it, because ideally I'll be really proud of what I've done because it will be just my thing. So then yeah, I'll be happy to just put it everywhere. I touched on something very similar in my upcoming video. I think creating in a vacuum is a valid start. I think so too. It's really positive, and it kind of goes against the whole mainstream of nowadays art culture of like, yeah, share your stuff, get people's opinions, get feedback, get these things, learn, make progress. And yeah, I think that's really valid in the practical sense of, if you want to access a particular industry, if you want to get a particular job, if you want to improve in a particular skill, I think it's really good and really wise to just share and get proper feedback. But if you want to make something that is truly yours, if you want to make a personal exploration about your taste, your opinions, your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings, I think it's a lot better to just keep it in a vacuum. To a degree, like, it's as much as you can handle. And of course, I still will, every time I finish a piece or every time I have a particular sketch, I'll share it with a few people and be like, hey, I'm working on this or whatever, and I can get a little bit of that feedback, but not in the public sense. I just want to do it that way. And then about like this particular thing of streaming and sharing and sketching, at the beginning it was easier and more fun for me to just, hey, let's do some figure drawing, like the classic, get a model, get a reference and draw, because it's been a while since I've done this. And yeah, the first few weeks it was a lot of fun to just do that, because usually I don't allow myself to do that because I'm more focused on my things and getting something more quote unquote productive done. So getting a little bit of free sketching was a lot of fun, but now it's starting to feel like it's going nowhere. And also, I honestly believe that opening Instagram and all the social medias make me sick, like physically. Because every time I go through the same loop, it's like I open that, I see someone I like sharing something cool, I see some of my friends doing stuff, and it's like, oh, this is cool, why don't I come here more often and check these things out, you know? And you check one thing, another thing, another thing, and all of a sudden you're just being bombarded by ads from people trying to sell you whatever method to get more views, whatever method to go viral, whatever thing they're selling you, and all of a sudden you get recommendations from people you don't even care about, and the algorithm keeps pushing things that thinks your demographic is gonna like, and all of a sudden I'm either just closing that thing up or chasing something that it's something I'm not even interested in, and I just get mad and I close it. You know, and after a few minutes of that, or even hours of quote unquote, yeah, hours here and there of doing that, I just realized, hey, I just opened this because I wanted to share this image and I didn't get to it. I don't know, I feel really tempted to just abandon it again and just share my stuff on Discord or directly to people I care about and forget about that. You know, it's still cool to have a place like a portfolio or something where I can just go there, drop a bunch of art, drop a bunch of art there at once, and yeah, if I want to share it with someone, if I want to apply for a job or something, I have some of my work online, I think that's still valid. But not really a big fan of the daily sharing thing. Yeah, man, especially the wasted time from scrolling from posts from people you don't even follow, which is like 90%. Like the other day I was actually counting it and it's like, okay, these people I follow, this person I don't follow, this is an ad, another sponsor reel, this is something I'm not even interested in, another person you follow, and it's like, dude, it's endless. It's just, and it makes me rage, it puts me in a bad mood, and yeah, it's a terrible loop. uh, hate it for the same reasons as you. At this point, I have one just for the people that don't really know of anything else. If you know what I mean. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. Hmm. Oh, great. Speaking of ads, I can get cheap viewers on Twitch. Isn't that lovely? Exactly what I was looking for. I'm gonna pay for bots to watch me, give me passive views, and yeah. And then I'm gonna pay for Midjourney so it can paint for me, and I can just close the loop. Art made by robots for robots. Best strategy, right? Yeah, the only flaw is that a third party is gonna be making all the money. Well, I can just sit here and talk to people. I don't know. Wait, there's gonna be no people. I can talk to robots. Epic drawings. Thank you. Yeah, I haven't been really paying much attention to them. It's... I don't know, I've been just going through this negative loop and I've let the body take over. It's... yeah. I really have a lot of fun in the abstract part of the drawings. It makes me think a lot about maybe I should just become a whole abstract artist. I don't know if I would enjoy it, but certainly have a lot of fun in the abstract part within the figurative. Me too, lately, with abstract stuff. I told Steven in an early email that if I don't have a strong urge to draw the human figure, I would be perfectly satisfied as an abstract artist. But if I didn't have... oh yeah. Yeah, I can see that in your drawings. It's almost like you end up finding the figure as an excuse. Yeah. I find that really interesting. I feel like I still have a barrier in that sense. I feel like I have to give myself an excuse. I have to, let's draw something, and then I give myself permission to actually, okay, now that this is kind of established, you can have fun with the weird shapes and forms. It makes me wonder, why don't I just... well, I actually do it. I usually do it on paper, and I usually don't share that because it's kind of nothing. It's just a blob of forms and shape and textures, but I do have periods of my life where I just literally do that. Just grab a piece of paper and a pen and I do automatic drawings that lead to quote-unquote nowhere, other than having fun with textures and shapes and lines. But that's why I really want to push my drawings from imagination, because when I go into this mode, I feel like I can get a little bit of both worlds. I can get the, hey, I'm drawing something that people can understand what it is, but at the same time, I can just let go and have a lot of fun in the abstract shapes and the exploration, but that usually takes a lot of work. Well, not a lot of work, more like a lot of time to find the right thing that you're looking for, or that you didn't know you were looking for. I just like the challenge of searching for something, making it look like a thing. Yeah, in your case, it's totally opposite. Like, you start with just chaos and abstract and blobs and forms, and then you end up finding the something, and I think that's really cool. Usually when I do abstract on these type of drawings, I'm the opposite. I'm like, okay, I get this, that it looks like this. I have the drawing kind of established, and then it's like, how much can I push it? How much can I have fun? How much can I push the textures and the shapes to still let it read as what it is, but also going wild. Because if I start from chaos, yeah, I end up finding a thing and I try to make it look like something, but usually when I take that approach, I want to challenge myself to not make it look like something. Because every time I make an extra line and I'm like, oh, this is starting to look like a face, this is starting to look like an arm, this is starting to look like a body, I'm like, nah, let's go somewhere else. So it's purely abstract. But that's just as a challenge, as a quote-unquote practice or fun time. It's actually really hard to do it like that. I don't know, I have some of those random sketches. Maybe I can just quickly get something, but man, I need to organize my stack of paper. Oh, these ones are figures, but lots and lots of time. I really need to organize all this. Oh boy. How does this work? Let's go bigger webcam. Hell yeah. Like this is, I don't know if you can look at the image right now, but this is the type of thing that I was talking about, as in abstract in the sense that, yeah, it's not a figure. Like you can see blobs and meat and sort of flesh and textures, but this is me totally going into zombie automatic mode of I'm not making any decision other than, okay, this is starting to look like a face, this is starting to look like a body or an arm, just don't go there. It's just pure form and texture and shapes. It's really freeing to do that sort of thing. And I kind of have the hope that it might go, you know, like, well, in a way that's gonna transfer to these type of drawings that I'm doing right now, or drawings that I drew from imagination, but it's still really far apart. It still happens in two separate boxes inside my head. So yeah, it's kind of tricky. My brain wants to see something there, but can't quite get it. Yeah, I think that's the whole point. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to force not making something, because then I have like an in-between that it would be like something more like this, that it's like, yeah, it starts like being blobs and shapes and forms, but I end up making it look like a character or something. So this is like the sweet spot between having fun with textures but still giving a figurative approach. Starting to look like something, just don't go there. That's the part I do the opposite. I just let it go there. Yeah, I don't know why I have this impulse, honestly. I mean, I can do both, but like I said before, just as a pure abstract exercise, I like to force just that side of the brain, because I feel like when it's going somewhere, more of a thinking brain is taking over, and when it's just something, it's just something that you don't know what it is, and I want to keep it completely in the shadow. But yeah, I don't know, it's something that I only do like every now and then. I have periods where I do it more often, but maybe like 10-20 minutes a day for like a week or two, and then for some reason I stop doing it. But it's something that I really want to explore more and see where it goes, because it almost feels like shadow work, but with art. You're just letting someone or something that it's not thinking out loud take the lead. It's kind of scary, but it's cool. But I do feel like I would like to marry those two concepts, and being able to fully apply that here, where all these little lines, textures, shapes, because at the end of the day, like, yeah, I'm shading a leg, but the shape that this shade in the leg is taking can be anything. I can totally make it up. It doesn't have to be super accurate, as long as it depicts light coming from this side and shadow on this side. It's quote unquote correct. And now I'm starting to identify the flaws of my practice for the last weeks. That I've gotten used to sketch really, really fast with this brush. So now that I'm trying to sit down and slow down and sketch something out of my head, I'm struggling to keep it slow, and I just want to get it done super quick. But yeah, I don't have a reference to draw what I want to draw, so I realistically cannot go that fast. So I guess I have to do more of this until I get used to doing it this way. I love that Twitch considers art a game. It says you are playing art. Yeah, because they were lazy like that. It was designed to, play games. So, yeah, they made the game creative. I mean, it's fair enough. It's a minority of people that actually use Twitch for art, so why would they give it attention? One of the things that Kick does better. In Kick there are like, you have creative and gaming and other platforms. You're on Twitch right now? Yeah, like last week I started testing the multi-stream. So I made a Twitch account and I made a Kick account. And I started, like the first day I tried streaming on the 3 at once. And it's something that my computer can handle. What I cannot handle is streaming to 3 platforms and recording. So I can only encode like 3 times. So I'd rather just switch it up. I've been doing like here and there, one day on Twitch, one day on Kick, and I always keep it on YouTube. That way I can record little bits and pieces of the drawings I'm making, so I have some process drawing in high quality. Oop, missed that development. Yeah, it was just a quick test. So I even managed to get this. So I have one of those chats that can appear on screen. So if it happens to be, if I happen to have some movement in different platforms at once, I can share the chat on the screen so people from different platforms can read whatever the chat is saying. But at the moment I'm not really using it because it just makes my screen look ugly and it covers my drawings and there is not much to read from one platform to the other. So, but I just have it available in case I need it. It's cool. I have fun discovering all these little tricks and options. But man, the quality of streaming on YouTube, you can stream in 4K if you want, and there is no limit of bitrate as long as your connection can handle it. You can stream and you can just zoom in into the drawing and see all the details. But on Twitch and Kick you are limited to 1080p and like 6000 bitrate, which sometimes looks really crappy. And especially if I'm doing like little line drawings, that this is like occupying like a third of my screen. So, and I'm working on 2K monitor, so for me it's pretty decent. But when I zoom out like this and you put on a 1080p monitor or something, you barely see anything. But yeah, I thought since I'm already doing the effort of actually streaming daily, might as well try on other platforms. And it is true that in Twitch or Kick, every now and then I get a random person show up and say hi, which has never happened on YouTube. On YouTube I only get people I already know. Which, yeah, I prefer because I get to talk to them, but at least on the other platforms you have the option to get a random person show up and try to sell you bots or something. I think it changes with scale. Most streams on YouTube, for me, I'll get a couple new people that haven't seen the videos. A few people that are active in my server only discover me via stream slow. Yeah, that's interesting. I guess once you have a few videos in your channel and you have a little bit of activity, YouTube is more likely to push your streams onto random people. So I don't know. I mean, the metrics say that every now and then I get random people showing up, but I really don't know, you know, if it's just someone that just got the video recommended, or if it's just someone that clicked one of the links I'm sharing or whatever. It's usually just people that show up and leave in a few seconds or minutes. So I have no idea. To be honest, I've been getting so used to streaming to no one, then the few times I've got a random person show up and start talking to me, I was feeling kind of nervous. Because it's like, oh, whoa, now there is actually a stranger watching me, so whatever I draw on the next few minutes, it's gonna determine if they stay or not. Which, it's not even true, but kind of feel like that. I still don't know what I'm gonna do once the month is over and the challenge is over. I do want to keep streaming, but I don't know if I want to make myself a schedule and be like, hey, I'm gonna stream this day and this day every week, or if I just wanna do it whenever I feel like it. And I don't know what's gonna be. And I'm not even thinking about strategies, I'm just thinking about personally, how am I gonna feel better if I just wanna do when I feel like it, or if I give myself a little bit of a structure, because I see benefits on both. Maybe you could focus on videos. I'd skip the schedule unless you like the routine of it. That's my preference though. Yeah, I feel like I don't really like the idea of a routine, but it kind of works for me. So I was thinking like maybe a weekly stream is something that I can handle, and it, if I take it as my study session of the week, and I can just chill and do a few studies for my project, for the things that I want to improve or things I want to learn related to my project, and I can just, click go live and have my camera going on. I think that could help. But yeah, like I definitely want to focus on videos. because after all this tinkering and learning about things and having ideas and thinking out loud, I really have a few ideas to maybe test and make some videos, so that's something I'm gonna do for sure. But in terms of streaming, I want to keep doing it. I just don't know how much or how often or what am I going to stream, but yeah, it's likely that I just end up doing whenever I feel like it. Or even both. Like I could just have like a hard day that it's like, this is the day I stream at this time, and then if I feel like streaming any other day or any other time, I can just do it. It's always available. It's just I'm a bit hardcore in the sense of accountability. So this is some of the positives that I'm taking from doing these daily streams. That it's like in days like today that I didn't even feel like streaming or drawing, I end up forcing myself to do it, and now, yeah, it's been almost 2 hours and I'm feeling really good about drawing again. So there is benefit in that. I don't know at what price, but I do like a little bit of that. And I'm also enjoying a lot the hunting of small YouTube channels, you know, just moving on to the places where people don't get many views, but they're being creative, or other artists sharing stuff, or people sharing their blogs, and seeing like there is a lot of interesting things and creativity and ideas and opinions going on. And I feel like that's a really cool part of this platform, being able to find random people sharing thoughts. I feel like I should just turn this sort of circle into planet Earth, seeing from space, and this woman is just sitting on, I don't know, crazy, surreal thing. That's true. I stumbled upon an amazing pianist composer who has small channel, like 200 subs. He wrote a set of concerts at Today's studies, and it's been the most impressive discovery for this month. Yeah. Makes me wonder how is no one viewing this life-changing art. Yeah, it's tricky, and there is so much. Like there are so many millions of people actually sharing their things nowadays. Remember back in the day when just making a YouTube video was enough to get views. The same way as posting art online was enough to get, attention and to sell prints and stuff. Just if you were able to do it and you were able to share it, you had a huge advantage over the rest of the world. Nowadays, it's just the whole new game. I don't know how much do platforms do to promote art channels. Well, platforms just promote whatever it works, so they only care about getting views. It is true that with art, the more refined it gets, the harder it is to appreciate by most people, so some people just end up making art for other artists. Some people's art is not meant to be appreciated by the general public. And sometimes I feel like my art is a little bit like that. I mean, games belong to companies which move money and also have marketing strategies in place, so it's easier for game streams to get more popular. Yeah, but I think it's also the viewers. Like people prefer to watch someone playing a game than watch someone making art. It's that simple. It's a lot more entertaining. That was the case with the music I found. Very narrow appeal, very niche. Surprised I found it. They show up because I'm already specific niche. Yeah, of my already specific niche search. Yeah, of course, and it feels nice because it's so rare that when you find it, it feels like you hit the gold mine. That's the thing. It's really really specific. So people like you appreciate that, but there's not many people like you. And that doesn't make the music any less good. It's just for you, it's probably the best thing in the world. It's just it's tricky. Okay, what happened to my music? Mm-hmm. The curse of having excellent tastes. That's what makes it special too. So, what can we say? Let's mute this because I don't want any ads. Let's try this. I feel like can we do this, Krita? Let's quit it. Need a quick one here. This music is too aggressive. To chill. Hmm. How should I spend my 30-minute lunch break? Good question. How about having lunch? Can always get your drawing done, but break should be a break. Really doom scrolling on TikTok. Yeah, the best way to cultivate a calm mind. People watching can be entertaining, and it can be done while eating. I don't know why I picture that really creepy. As in, well, probably the way I would do it, which would mean that I'm just eating, munching on something, staring at someone in the eye. That's my idea of people watching. My break consists of clocking out, grabbing my lunch, scrambling downstairs and locking myself into a conference room and scarfing down my food while trying to do something important before it's over. That sounds extremely enjoyable. It's always over before I know it. Yeah, 30 minutes is not a lot of time. Oh man, this reminds me to when I was working in food processing. The way I would enjoy my lunch breaks was while eating on the clock. because since it's food processing, all the stuff that it's not good enough for selling goes to a rubbish bin, and by rubbish bin I mean a big bin where you just put food on it. It's just food not good enough for selling. So I would just, you know, when that bin was full, I would just take it to the big rubbish bay to throw it away. And while I was there alone, by the time that bin was being emptied and all that stuff, I would just grab some food from there and eat it. So I could eat on the clock, and then when I had a lunch break, I could just enjoy my entire lunch break for reading or drawing or just, yeah, napping or something. And also I was saving up money on food. It was really lame, but hey, we do what we can. I'm really feeling this hand. Clever, yeah. Eating from the rubbish is the definition of clever. Not very healthy in terms of eating the same processed food every day, but maybe better for mental health. Yeah, it's a balance, I would say. Yeah, the company used to cater every Thursday, but they cut that. Yeah, in my company they also had this thing when a few days a week they would bring some food, some like fruit and stuff like that, healthy food in the lunch area. But since I was working night shift, by the time I was getting there, all the good stuff was already gone. So, yeah. And they always cut the good stuff, don't they? This hand shouldn't be this relaxed, come on. Make this guy more disgusting. Oh, here. Here. I've tried eating on the clock and enjoying your whole break start, but I guess I don't like eating at my desk. Yeah, it's nice to go somewhere else and eat, and also the anxiety of eating on the clock. Like, I don't know how you have it, but if you kind of have to hide or be a little bit sneaky about it, it's not enjoyable. The castor is feeling hollow today. Yeah. I'm absolutely dead inside and outside in all possible ways. I hope we go climbing tomorrow. That way I'm forced to use my body a little bit. I don't know why in my head I feel like this guy should be holding the Moonlight Sword. Guess nothing stops me, right? Give him a cape. It always gives you dignity. Okay, now you are a lord. You're still naked, but wearing a cape. Good idea. Facing new boulders you won't be able to climb is a good way of adding some more frustration to your baggage. Let's go climbing tomorrow. I'm okay with frustration. Frustration is better than feeling empty inside. Man, I love the support. Yeah, at least it's a feeling. Exactly. Exactly. Might lower all this. Would it be better? Here and you holding it. I don't really like it. feel like these legs are too pretty for this guy. This leg's giving you some real trouble. Yeah, it's more of like, I don't know what to do with it. Not much a drawing issue, it's a design issue. Just don't know where to put it. Kind of want it to look broken, but not too broken. Amputate, yeah. I can just do the old trick of just, you know, making it parallel. And that's that. Or it's just one single leg, like this. It's like a little mermaid. I think it looks really cool. In his, maybe. Yeah. That could be. I like the mermaid thing though. Makes it so elegant. I actually don't dislike it. I mean, Miyazaki would never approve. Like, we need to draw feet. There needs to be feet, naked feet. I disappeared for 10 minutes. Hi. Welcome back, you. Welcome back. I'm debating if I should give 2 legs to this creature or just turn it into a mermaid because I don't know what to do with the other leg. Kind of like the mermaid idea, honestly. Of course, something ate a portion of my lunch break. Wow. No legs for them. Yeah, let's turn it into a half fish. That's true. That's true. Imagine this was a real enemy. What a threat it would be. I mean, if it was in a Souls game, it would jump into the water and then you have to wait outside because you cannot swim. So it would be a lovely boss to fight. Coming towards you with only one leg. I mean, we've seen worst. It could totally just walk using his mouth and slap you with the tail. So I guess it would be like the mouth would be here. Man, this is dog shit to draw like schematics. Where do I have like a regular? There we go. So we would have the mouth and it would make like this motion, move forward, and then we would have the body and the tail. It would be really threatening. Yeah. And then this part would be animated. And it would be moving like this. See? I'm totally losing my shit. Should really be hired at From Software. Absolutely. This is how they generate ideas. mean, at this point, I don't know what else are they gonna come up with. They just make the weirdest thing ever. It's almost like they give me permission to get even weirder with the things I do. Because no matter how stupid I think something is, and someone too, but that's no news. No matter how stupid I think something is, they probably would do it and get away with it. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a half fish. And this sword should probably be a chainsaw or something. Just give it some tooth. Just to add some variety. And this is how you solve a design problem. Something's giving you trouble. Plus, I kind of like the idea of seeing the feet here. As in, it's wearing a costume. There we go. All right. I think I've had enough of this fish. What am I gonna do with this? This is part of the design, it needs to be there. Okay, I'm gonna open a new file. Save these. Lol, Evie. I realized that could have been interpreted differently afterwards. Yeah, that was my first thought too. When you said that something ate a chunk of your lunch, I was like, okay, do you have a pet at work or? And then I got it, there was about time, not about... Been sent back. Was housing stuff? I'm a bit lost. Housing stuff ate my line stem. Oh, I see. I was not from work. Because I thought, man, you need to fight for your lunchtime. We were able to do 5 minutes of drawing though. Great. Great. You won. Probably better than my fish in a throne. Although now that I name it like that, it sounds pretty epic. Yes. I think we didn't have enough feet in the other ones, so I'm gonna make this knight not wear any shoes. We need to keep Miyazaki happy. Are really efficient. He is efficient. Yo is efficient. Is and drawing this armor a little bit. Let's chop it here and there. This will have some cuts. I have extreme time obsessiveness and hyper efficiency wired brain, but this backfire when something I can't control comes up, which is like all the time constantly backfiring. Yeah, it sounds hyper efficient. It's broken, but slightly bigger sword, but it's gonna be broken, buddy. 5 sucks. There we go, broken sword. In a weird proportion, probably shorter. All right. $3 again of drawing. Oh, I'm so dead. This one's kind of cool. Okay. Let's save these. Close it up. Yeah, I'd come back to these guys at some point. I think I would like to try a little bit of color on this. Let's see how they work. No more music. The playlist is over and I don't feel like looking for another one. I'm just gonna close this up. Yeah, I don't like this fish. This one's kind of cool. Alright, and I think that's me for today. Please go away. Alright, thanks for watching. See you again tomorrow. I don't know if you're still there, Kyo. Thanks for showing up. Thanks, Casto. Thanks, Evie. And see you next time.